In this video, we will learn how to compare mixed numbers and improper fractions. Before we get started, can you answer this question? How much pizza is there? Did you say 3.5? What about 7/2? Both are actually correct because they're equivalent. We can count 3 whole pizzas and 1/2 of a pizza, or we can count 7/2. So the amount of pizza can be written either way, as a mixed number like 3.5, or as an improper fraction like 7/2. You may be wondering, what's the difference? Well, a mixed number is made up of a whole number and a fraction. Mixed numbers are used to represent values greater than 1. An improper fraction is also used to represent a value greater than 1. Improper fractions look a lot like proper fractions, only their numerators are greater than or equal to their denominators. Now let's get some practice comparing fractions and mixed numbers. We'll start with some examples. Here we want to find out which is greater, 88 and 5/6 or 88 and 1/3. When we compare mixed numbers, we first compare the whole parts. Here, both of the whole parts are 88, so we have to move on to comparing the fraction parts. Let's see, we need to compare 5/6 and 1/3. I'm not sure which one is bigger. Let's think about these two fractions in relation to the benchmark numbers 0, 1/2, and 1 whole to help us. We know that the fraction 1/3 is less than 1/2. We also know that 5/6 is greater than 1/2, since it is almost 1 whole. That means that 88 and 5/6 is greater than 88 and 1/3. Let's look at an example that involves improper fractions. Here, we need to compare 33 and 9/11 and 223 over 5. Sometimes you may have to compare a mixed number to an improper fraction. If that happens, just convert the improper fraction to a mixed number. Okay, so we need to turn 223 over 5 into a mixed number. We do that by dividing the numerator by the denominator. 223 divided by 5 is equal to 44 remainder 3. That means that 5 goes into 223 44 times with 3 left over. So we can write 223 over 5 as the mixed number 44 and 3/5. Now we're ready to compare these. Let's start with the whole number parts. 44 is bigger than 33, so we know that 33 and 9/11 is less than 44 and 3/5. Great job! Let's try another one. Which numbers are less than 21/4, 55/10, 22/6, or 73/8? We need to find which of these numbers is less than 21/4, so let's compare each answer choice to 21/4 one at a time. Our first answer choice is 55/10. Begin by finding a common denominator for 4 and 10. The least common denominator would be 20. For 21/4, we'll multiply the top and bottom by 5 to write this as 105 over 20. Similarly, we'll multiply 55/10 on the top and bottom by 2 to get 110 over 20. Now it's easy to compare. 110 over 20 is greater than 105 over 20, so this cannot be our answer. Next, we'll do the same for 22 over 6. The least common denominator for 4 and 6 is 12. We can rewrite 21 over 4 as 63/12 and 22 over 6 as 44/12. Now we can see that 44/12 is less than 63/12, so that one works. Since we want to find all the answer choices less than 21/4, we need to check our last one, 73/8, as well. The least common denominator for 4 and 8 is 8, so 21/4 can be rewritten as 42/8, and we don't change 73/8 at all. 73/8 is larger than 42/8, so this answer choice is not correct. After comparing each fraction, we can see that 22/6 is the only fraction that is less than 21/4. Great, let's try one last example. Which number is between 2 and 8/9 and 4 and 3/7? 5 and 1/6, 2 and 2/3, or 3 and 2/9? Here we are looking for which answer choice is between 2 and 8/9 and 4 and 3/7. So it needs to be greater than 2 and 8/9 and less than 4 and 3/7. We will need to look at each choice carefully. Let's start with 5 and 1/6. 5 and 1/6 is greater than 4 and 3/7 by comparing the whole number parts, so this cannot be our answer. Now let's look at 2 and 2/3. This is definitely less than 4 and 3/7, so we just need to see if it's greater than 2 and 8/9. Let's rewrite 2 and 2/3 with a denominator of 9 so we can easily compare. 2 and 2/3 is equivalent to 2 and 6/9. So 2 and 2/3 is less than 2 and 8/9, which means that this is not our answer either. Let's check our third option, 3 and 2/9. This number is between 3 and 4, so it is definitely in between 2 and 8/9 and 4 and 3/7. Great, so this answer does work. 3 and 2/9 is greater than 2 and 8/9, but less than 4 and 3/7. Nice job! Now you are ready to compare mixed numbers and improper fractions on your own.